You're watching OCN, Orange County's news channel.
Laguna Niguel today, 2 homes totally destroyed as they fall down this slipping slope in Laguna Niguel. Also, a number of condominiums at the bottom of that hill crushed, as well as the residents are all evacuated. We're trying to stabilize some of the shaky ground today. For Online Today, we've assembled somewhat of a panel of experts, some people who know a lot about building on hillsides. We have a real estate attorney who will try to unravel this once something like this happens to you. His name is Serge Tomassian. We appreciate you being here. Serge Tomassian, whose fault is this?
Well, that's a good question, and it depends. Every circumstance varies, every case varies, but I can assure you that the party that's responsible for constructing those slopes, that is building the slope, and building the homes on top of those slopes, knowing the geologic conditions under there, may bear some responsibility. That is the developer. And the developer hires a soils engineer who designs the slope, designs the homes to be constructed on the slope, and there's risk factors that have to be considered by the developer.
And this from the perspective of a real estate attorney. But on the other hand, what if you were representing Han Development and Peters? They're the ones who built these homes. I'm sure there's a perspective from there too.
Well, I'm sure there is, but I'll tell you, Leslie, it's very important that they hire soils engineers that do a very thorough job in designing the slopes to make sure this type of condition doesn't occur. And that brings up the other issue about South County. There are other areas in South County that have this potential problem of this magnitude, and it's very important for the homeowners when they buy their homes or in existing homes to look at the soils reports that the city or county may have that tells them the underlying soil conditions on which their homes are built upon. And that is very important.
Phil from Laguna Niguel. Hello, Phil.
Hello, this is for the whole panel. We're in a similar situation not far from there. We're off of Plaza Vista Drive in Villa Valverde, and we had a slope failure around February 23rd after the heavy rains, and 2 homes above me have been yellow tagged, and we're at the bottom of the slope directly below those homes, and we just don't know what to do. We had one geologist tell us it would be $1 million to repair the slope, and then we found out after researching city and county records that there were 2 previous slope failures in 1967 and 69, and the county came in as a developer and did some type of repair. But when I bought the home 4 years ago, I checked the city and county records, and there was nothing about the slope failures in 67 and 69. Does your panel have any suggestions for us? There's 10 homeowners involved, and the city is telling us that it's private property and we have to take care of this ourselves.
Serge Tomassian, real estate attorney, what do you have to say to Phil?
Well, I would tell Phil, first and foremost, your own safety is the most important thing. You're yellow tagged now. You should closely monitor what's taking place there, because if there is further movement and your home is red tagged, it's time to evacuate. So personal safety is first and foremost. With regards to your rights, your legal rights, first, of course, you look to the developer, because the developer is the one who has responsibility for the construction of the hillside and for the homes. If the developer is still in business, or if the developer has an insurance company, that is a recourse that you have. If there's association property involved, that is another potential recourse. Finally, you may have had other subcontractors work on that hillside. If they can be contacted, that's another avenue that you do have. And this assumes that there is either no insurance or there is no earth movement insurance, which is the case for most people in South County and Orange County. Most policies do not include earth movement.
You know, there is a statute of limitations. It's not a statute of limitations, really. There's a time frame of when you can sue the developer for your home.
Well, it is called a statute of limitations. It's a 10-year statute of limitations from the time that the home has been completed, substantially completed, to the time you can bring a lawsuit. So it's very important.
And these homes are about 10 years, and I'm sure they're going to be looking very closely at the birth date of those homes. Gentlemen, thank you very much for joining us today. A lot of good information. Still have a lot of questions, though. We're going to be covering this story all through the day. Thank you all for tuning in to Online. More Orange County news still straight ahead.
OCN, a programming service of Century Communications.